dating app-like algorithm to connect the companies that are looking for digital marketing services with those who provide them. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say there is a company that is looking to improve their search engine rankings. So all they have to do is to go to workwithtribe.com, create a profile, which by the way takes less than 10 minutes, and then the algorithm does the rest. So they will see the opportunities in terms of internal hires, if that's what they're trying to do. They will also see the agencies if they're trying to outsource that service, and they will also see the online tools if that's what they need for their SEO efforts. So where are we right now in terms of the platform development? We are in a beta version. We have just launched, like literally not even a couple of months ago, and we are in the process of the initial user acquisition. The beta version is free for everyone. However, once we switch to the final version, we are going to introduce a subscription model for the companies that are going to pay to have access to those candidates or service providers, let's call them like that. And they're going to be a freemium model for the service providers. So free with the basic functionality plus premium profile with the extended one. So what sets us aside from other talent marketplaces such as Upwork and Fiverr, for example? It's the fact that we're exclusive to digital marketing, but we cover the full ecosystem of it, which is individual experts, agencies, and tools. We're also a curated marketplace, which means that we verify the expertise of service providers that would like to join before their profiles get published. And last but not least, the matching algorithm takes into consideration a lot of different data points besides just the skills, such as business industry, interest and values, which allows to create that perfect match and to find the one. That was it. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm ready for the questions.
All right. Are there any questions from you?
Yes, questions on the talents. How do you curate the quality of the talents that you accept on the platform?
Thank you. Great question. We have created a series of what we call smart tests, which are basically it's a series of 7 questions that they have to answer to confirm each skill that they would want to list. They are more of like interview questions that you would ask during the interview, but they're also not straightforward. So let's say if you don't know the answer to the question, you don't know, and it will take you like too long to Google it. Like you would actually have to have experience in order to answer that question. That's how we do the initial screening.
Does it mean that you need to do it, you have your team actually screening all the talents? It's not automatized then, right?
No, once the questions are submitted, an admin from our team goes through the answers and, kind of like approves them so that the skill will appear or not appear on the expert's profile.
And your revenue model?
Subscription model, which is going to be multi-level for companies. So depending on their needs in terms of how many postings they would like to create, how many users they would like to have, and the length of the term of the service. And for the service providers, there's going to be a premium profile, but we are thinking that 80% of the revenue is going to come, or we're projecting that 80% of the revenue is going to come from subscriptions for the companies.
Okay. And there is any success-based system on that? If I'm the company paying?
No, you're just simply paying the subscription to have access to the platform.
Okay.
Maintaining stickiness in a double-sided marketplace when you're dealing with companies and outsourcers is virtually impossible, because once you've introduced them, they've done some work, they usually start collaborating together with themselves and take you out of the loop. How do you maintain your stickiness in the relationship between the company and the worker?
So I would say this is why another good question. Thank you. This is why we went back and forth between, the success fee model and subscription. So they will already have to pay for the initial subscription to find the answer to the need that they currently have, and they will complete that cycle. And once they have a new need, they will have to get the new access to the platform. That's how we make sure that they won't be able to take us out of the loop with the new need. However, if the need continues to be the same, they can use the same contractor or service provider that they used the first time. Obviously, there is no way around that.
And how do you successfully manage multiple projects through your platform? And once you're into multiple projects, how many projects can you put through the platform before it becomes cost prohibitive and you might as well go out and hire somebody directly?
So we have 3 levels for the companies. One is the basic one for smaller businesses when they really just have a single need and they need one user. Then there is a middle model for medium to bigger companies, and then we have the enterprise model, which is going to be customized for the companies, like for example agencies that are always hiring. So that price will be kind of adjusted for their needs.
Thank you.
Okay, last 10 seconds. Maybe Olga, you'd like to add something?
Since I wasn't able to share the screen, please go to workwithstripe.com and check it out.
Yeah, share the website with us on the chat here so that we can check it.
Yes.
So thank you very much in this case. And
Thank
we are going to invite our next startup here. And it is Evangelos Pappas. And he will be presenting shortly. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello to everyone.
Hello.
And seeing here. As I'm sharing my screen, super. I think you should be seeing that.
We can.
Awesome.
So good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Evan. I'm the CEO of Ocean, and we are solving the EU financial exclusion of EU expats. Now, what does this mean? I'm sure many of you that are actually looking, maybe you're not an expert, although there's high probability that you are, but you definitely know one, and you definitely know all the struggles and the social hacks that they had to go through the first 2 to 3 years of their life in order to be onboarded into the mainstream economy when they are moving from one European country and they are just going to another for many reasons. So this gap in the market of 2 to 3 years until they go into the mainstream economy, it creates a huge financial loss between the country that they emigrate from and the country that they are going from. So local bureaus, local banks cannot offer them the right credit offers, insurances, and financial products that they would be able to get otherwise. The way that we are solving this is pretty much by offering a network that integrates the financial data from the country that they emigrate from and to the financial institutions that they are just going to in a very pretty much during as a backfill information during their KYC process. And the way that we are going into the market is that we have identified that just by doing a 20% effort of integrating with only 4 countries, we are very much able to capitalize and gain the 80% of the total market of the 30 million people that are migrating every year. The way that we are generating our hype is pretty much by our initial hype is by going through our recruitment agencies like Ateco that they're migrating a lot of high skills blue collar workers, and also through relocation package agencies that are migrating a lot of white collar workers. Our first beachhead market, we have already done the collaborations with, and we are already kickstarting it with very leading financial institutions is between UK and Spain. So this is already on track with already POCs from Germany and other European countries. If we manage to do that, we'll be owning 7% of a 24 billion market currently. The great thing about the team is not just we have been working a lot of years into this vertical, but we are pretty much experts of ourselves. So we know the market and we know the pains and we know how to solve it. So at the moment, we're a post-revenue company with already pre-seed investment from Telefonica and others, and now we are raising to scale our business development. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So now we can move to the questions. Are there any from our judges?
What is your revenue level as of today?
Yeah, definitely. So this is a very early stage new venture of our product. So Ocean started as a very high tech company that it was just solving the financial integration problem, and this already has generated 400,000 pounds revenue so far.
What enterprise tools are you thinking about integrating with? When it comes to moving executives around the world, if I think of my old employer, there was executives flying all over the place, going from different countries and all that kind of stuff. What's your enterprise roadmap look like?
Yeah, definitely. So, the information that we need to source from, from the emigrated country is information like credit data, open banking data, tax data, and identity verification data. At the moment, we are sourcing this data from the UK emigrated population, so 450,000 people every year that are emigrating out of UK. They're going directly to UK, to EU, every financial institution need to make a decision about you and to rate you and to be immediately embedded into the mainstream economy. They just need this kind of information. So, as I said, in order to capitalize the 80% of the market, we don't really need to do a lot of integrations.
Thank you. Any other questions from our judges?
Maybe what would be the target in the expat population? Are you targeting more the executive side, so people who are moving a lot but who are helped by their company and have quite big revenues, or is it on the other side those people who have to handle it by themselves?
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good question. So let me just go and use my backup slides here. So what is happening is that so we have identified that mainly high-skilled white and blue-collar workers are the main population that are heading the more here. Definitely, C levels are within our segmentation, but the majority of the population, it will be between 25 to 45 mainly years old people that they're fast moving between EU for many different reasons. Either they repatriate or they just going for a new opportunity, and those are the ones that they need immediately to be onboarded into the EU market.
So do you have plans to integrate into HR systems like SAP and work with global relocation companies like GE, so that your B2B to C is actually just B2B and you've got a much bigger licensing opportunity?
Yeah, that's a good angle, to be honest. We don't think that we will be, as of now, the current strategy. I don't think it will be to be an embedded tool within SAPs or stuff like that, but definitely to work with on some kind of collaboration with agencies like Adecco, for example, that they do this kind. They do initiate this fast movement population. So definitely that.
We just gives you scale and guaranteed revenues. That's all, which you don't get in a B2B to C model.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
It just gives you guaranteed revenue models, and it gives you instant scale, which you don't get in a B2B to C model.
Definitely. So this affects our vision that I'm very happy to share later on.
Okay,
thank you, Evan. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to move on. So thank you very much. If you'd like to
thank you, everyone. Bye.
You can always add it in the comments section. Remember. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we will be joined by our next startup by Chris. Should be loading right now. It's Chris Wrubel from, he will say where he's from, right? Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi.
We can see you already. Are you showing your screen?
Yeah, I'm the second after this one. Okay, just okay. Sorry for a moment. So we need this. So you surprised me a bit.
Yeah, you were next.
Not this one. One more. Sorry. It came as a surprise. Okay, I think I'm ready. Just tell me if you can see still the keynote presentation.
Yes, we can. Good
Okay.
luck.
Okay. Hi, my name is Chris, and I'm a CEO at Virbi. We all live in an impatient world where we expect digital services like Uber Eats, Booksy to be available 24/7. However, most of apps are not that user-friendly. Chatbots in general are cumbersome, and for most, it's just still much more natural to talk to a real person. And the sad truth is, human beings are difficult to scale and aren't for us 24/7. They also take vacations, sick leaves, require months of training, and tend to have bad days when communicating. The situation is totally opposite for virtual beings. They can work 24/7 in multiple places at the same time and always respond with a smile, just as instructed. Having said that, I would like to introduce you to Rika. She was one of our first virtual beings. And in our team, she's truly a jack of all trades. She can work as a shopping assistant, virtual influencer, and a math teacher at the same time. However, virtual being creation is quite complicated, time-consuming, and not that common. And it was also true for us in the beginning. That's why we decided to solve those issues once and for all and created Virbi, a turnkey solution for virtual being creation, which can easily be integrated into existing products and applications. We provide a variety of interactive models, which are brought to life by our behavioral engine. We incorporate our beings with state-of-the-art voice and conversational capabilities, as well as contextual gestures and emotions. Our beings can be deployed to any kind of mobile, TV, and VR, AR devices. Here are some examples of projects built with our technology, and one of them you can already see in our virtual booth today. There are two main revenue streams, and first one is premium services of custom integrations for enterprise customers, and the second one is a SaaS platform licensed in the B2B2B model, which will be also used by our partners, which will fuel our exponential growth. And we project that by the end of 2021, there will be more than 100 beings deployed with our technology. Virtual beings like Rika can be used in various markets, but in the current COVID reality, we have focused mostly on businesses related to e-commerce and social influencer marketing. Many say that virtual beings are the next big thing after chatbots, a market which is currently worth $2.6 billion with compounded annual growth rate of 30%. It still has much more room to grow. We have a competition mostly in the form of chatbot providers, white label products, and there are some companies already delivering premium services of virtual being creation, but none of them has built product, a SaaS platform, which has both virtual beings and chatbot engine capabilities built into one product. We are a strong team of three with a product management, development, and design expertise gained during previous startup ventures and by building digital products for others for the past 10 years. We had our first revenue. We just got a grant from Polish Agency of Entrepreneurial Development, which will be used to deliver SaaS platform by the...
and getting the right mind frame. That's an awesome thing. Hey, Josh?
Love it.
Okay. Yeah. Discipline.
We'll do a virtual room together.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
You're younger, you go for a long way. And is there Dolan already there? I can't seem to see him. Dolan, you there?
Yeah, Dolan is here.
I'm here, Giampaolo. How are you?
Hey, good to see you again. Good morning.
Yeah, you as well. You as well.
And
Dolan, if you would like to also co-moderate with us, just feel free to also ask questions if you feel any inspiration. Actually, it's to all of you. So,
Svarup, nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again as well.
Yeah, where are you?
From India.
I'm based in Bangalore. We were on one of the original series. I remember I came in like last minute or something. This was like a couple of months back.
No, it was a couple of months ago. Yes. Well, you're not moving yet, but you will begin to move soon.
Yeah, I just managed to skip 2 continents, come to a more safer part, and see whether the safe place is going to be safe too long.
Scamper and scramble. Well, just to give you the pulse of the situation, the number of in contagion cases, it's a little notch up again since we got out of the lockdown. So if this is any indication of what's going to happen to the rest of the world again, We're gonna have quite a roller coaster, I guess.
Yeah.
Now
Seems like
we've been 2 weeks out of it, and of course the Movida started again, of course with social distancing. But beautiful! I got a couple of sparrows here on the terrace. Better be quiet. They left. So anyway, good.
Italy got it bad. Like when you look from a global perspective, Italy was one of the hardest hit.
We were the first in the West, but we haven't been hit as bad as severely as Spain or Britain or even Belgium. Britain in Europe is the country that has the highest number of deaths and cases by now. And in fact, they're going to protract their lockdown well into the end of June. Belgium, although it has a much lesser number by population, by ratio of infected people to total, I mean, it's the highest one in Europe. And of course, the Nordic country didn't have a lot because those countries are just as large, if not larger than Britain or Italy, but they have, population. Norway's got 4 million, Sweden's got 8 million. So, this is, more or less the size of a medium-sized city or 3/4 of London, of course. So the density is very low, and obviously they don't have a lot of cases. But enough that they got scared. When they raised into the thousands, of deaths. Anyway, even on a small country with a few million people, it's a lot. But of course, I mean that the scarcity of the population and the vastness of the territory helps them, defend themselves. And now Russia also has got a lot of cases, and really high number.
Yeah, I hear Brazil too.
Well, the south part of the world, I mean, off the record, so you don't even want to count it because obviously who knows where,
yeah.
We weren't even capable of checking our own lots. So you can imagine down in Africa or in South America, what can they do? It's really, I don't know. It's really awful. You don't want to think about it. So let's stay positive and let's leave the movie of our own life rather than the depressing movie that the media is trying to get you in as a supernumerary. Let's try to leave the positive movie of our own lives and our own companies and enterprises and businesses. Right, Dolan?
That's right. Yeah, it's interesting here because it's interesting information, but there are the things we can control and things we can't control, and that's
exactly.
It's one of the things that. As long as we're behaving. It's interesting to watch people's behavior, though. They had a riot here in LA in a grocery store the other day because a person didn't wear their mask. And
well, that's nice. Well, at least it's not a Walmart fight on like Black Thursday or whatever. Like
yeah. Where they're
well, yeah.
They're fighting over items, not fighting
over a toilet paper. Pack.
So we have one minute to go. So
ready.
Just mute yourself, and Yelena will let us know when we are going live.
Hi, Yelena.
Hi, Jean-Paolo. So we have like 20 seconds. You're online, please start.
Hello, everybody.